Posse Comitatus Act apparently is now null and void. We have, back in October, the Army Times magazine with an article admitting that 5,000 troops from a brigade in Iraq has now come back to the United States under the authority of the Northern Command and will be training for civil unrest to be deployed in the streets of the United States. We've also got the Pentagon releasing an article to the Associated Press stating that 20,000 troops will be deployed within the U.S. by 2011. That should be very concerning to citizens. We do have police forces, local police forces, state police forces. We do not need military in the streets. We have soldiers coming back from the war zone with AK-47s, machine guns of all sorts, tanks, Hummers, trained to kill. We do not need them in the streets, regardless of what Barack Obama and the change that he says that he will be bringing. When you look at what he said in his campaign, he wants to bring about a national civilian security force, a civilian national security force, he said. Basically, what he was saying was he wants to have a new Stasi, where citizens would be informing on each other. And if you look at the writings of Rahm Emanuel, his new chief of staff, he has stated on many occasions, both in interviews on C-SPAN and in writings in his own books, that we need a civilian national security force, which would be between the ages of 18 and 25. We would all be required to spend 3 months in a boot camp and then be deployed for various purposes. And this is very concerning because in a country where we have a constitution that says we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the idea that the government could compel us to have some sort of service to them, and basically a compulsory draft, they basically mean that they own us and we do not have the right to our own lives. So that is very scary to me, the idea that the Posse Comitatus Act could be no longer a part of the United States.
I agree. The Bush doctrines pretty much got rid of that anyway. But with the Rahm Emanuel, Obama, national civil brigade type of deal they got going on. What makes me sick is this whole election, this whole thing has been this big pop culture deal. Everybody's like, oh yeah, change, yada yada yada. These guys, what these guys are promoting to you, that you have to join this mandatory civil brigade, and they're going to give you a college credit. Who cares? I don't want to join a civil brigade. If I'm going to join a civil brigade, it's going to be the Rhode Island militia.
Well, I just want to point out it's going to be for females, but it's not only going to be that, it's going to be up to the age of 48, or even better if they could possibly do it. And everybody's going to owe the government service, regardless of whatever your physical status is, including people that are mentally impaired, are still going to owe the government service. And this is completely wrong. How can the government constrict people into a service for the government when that's involuntary servitude under the 2nd, 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution? I don't understand that.
Yeah, just in support of what Jay just said about change, everybody who Barack Obama appointed in his cabinet was either in the Bush administration or the Clinton administration. That's just want you to know that.
Right, these are old guard. If you're going to talk about change, one thing you don't fill your cabinet with is old guard from the Clinton administration, who were known for manipulating the system and committing crimes of their own, unconstitutional acts. Well, here they are again with Barack Obama's change. So definitely questioning the presidency. So we've gone around the table. We've got a question. We've got a comment from everybody at this table, and everybody probably watching the show right now is wondering who this guy sitting on the sideline drinking a cup of coffee is. This is not just any old Joe. This is a hero of the common man, I will tell you. This gentleman, if you've seen the documentary Freedom to Fascism, is pretty popular amongst people like us. You may recognize this face. He runs truthattack.org. Go to truthattack.org and see what this man has together there and see how exactly it serves you. And trust me, it serves you. He is an attorney from Louisiana. He has fought the law and won as far as the IRX and the illegal unconstitutional tax code goes. Mr. Tom Cryer, and we'll get his opinion on the law before our venting session begins. What do you think about the law and the ridiculousness of what's happening today?
Now, you're going to have abuses that have been described here at the table tonight. No matter who you give authority to, somebody's going to go over the line. And it's, of course, up to us to keep them inside the lines. But I think that one of the abuses that people overlook is not just the abuse of a law or the abuse of an authority, but the fact that our Congress and our state legislatures and our city councils have become abusive by law, in that we're sitting here with a multitude of laws that we don't need, a multitude of laws that were enacted purely because somebody was called the legislator and felt like he was compelled to legislate. One of the most profound things that I've ever heard anybody say about the law was said by an 18-year-old boy sitting in a goose hunting camp, swigging on a beer and listening to us old timers cuss and discuss the state of the union and the country and the world in general. And he finally pipes up and he says, I know I'm not as wise and I don't know as much as you gentlemen do, but it seems to me that by the time this country was 50 years old, we had all the law we needed.
See that?
How do you top something like that whenever you're coming right out of an 18-year-old child's mouth who's been dumbed down, and it's still the truth comes out. And that tells us that no matter what the government does to us as a society, we still have the potential to come back and make some sense of it all. So you've got a situation where we have been inundated with rules, inundated and swamped with regulations, most of which are absolutely unintelligible to the average individual on the street who sits down and tries to make sense of it all. The Internal Revenue Code, for one example, and it's done that way intentionally to keep us unaware of what the rules are, because if we do have any rules that were around our necks, we'd probably be out burning ships again. And so that's my comment on the law. I think you have to look at it from a more macroscopic standpoint than looking at individual cases of abuse, because you're going to find individual cases of abuse no matter what, because we're people. And the law is no better than the people who administer it. But I deal with it every day. I see abuses and I see also neglects. I see, but the biggest and most prevailing problem I see is we've got an overdose of law. We need to cut back. We need to go back and tell Congress, we need to tell state legislators, we need to tell our city councilmen, we don't need all of your laws. Get rid of those laws. Clean up your house. Throw some of this garbage out.
Spend some time on something important. Yeah.
Take the country back.